Hi, English 11. I just realized I didn't have the sound on, so now we're set. This week we're going to be reading a couple of those introductions that you've read throughout. One of them is the introduction to modernism and the Harlem Renaissance, and then also the introduction to contemporary literature. It's kind of funny that they considered themselves modern and contemporary, which they were at the time, but it's sort of funny to call them that now when those periods were 100 years ago for the modernism and Harlem Renaissance, and not quite that long, but at least 50 years ago for contemporary literature. So what do we have today? Not contemporary. Anyway, it's kind of funny to think about that. Weeks 4 through 6, let me just interject so I don't forget, are due Friday, this Friday, May 18th. So please make sure you turn all of the assignments from weeks 4 through 6 in by Friday at midnight so that you'll get the points to get the credit that you'll need to eventually graduate. Just a little reminder there. So back to our contemporary literature and Harlem Renaissance and modernism. One of the really important readings we're going to go over in class together, if you come on Wednesday at 9:30, we're going to read parts of or quotes from the letter from a Birmingham jail that Martin Luther King wrote, which was a precursor to the bus boycott that got him to where he was as a civil rights leader in the 50s. So it's a really important letter. It helped him on his journey to realizing the equality of all Americans. And that brings us to the second thing that you're going to read this week, and that's How It Feels to Be Colored Me, written by a female author who was African American. And so she's talking about colored in terms of people of color, but she's also just talking about her personal experience. Colored me. So each of us is colored a certain way, I would say. And I want you to think about that and answer that question. Who is it that you are? What is it that makes you you? And in the response below, I want you to answer that. Give me a brief description of what makes you unique to everyone else around you. So for me, I think I've mentioned before that I love to dance in the supermarket aisles and sing, even though I'm not a good dancer and not a good singer. So what it makes me me is not that I'm so good at singing and dancing, but that I love to sing and dance, and I see my life as a dance and song. So that would be my answer. What is yours below? What makes you you? See you in class on Wednesday and get those assignments in. Bye-bye.